G'day folks, Rod from My Water Filter here today, and what we're going to do is have a look at the HPF, the High Performance Filtration Benchtop Water Filter range. Okay, it's quite a unique way that we're displaying this filter for you, in that, as you can see, there's the 5 cartridges there. All of those cartridges will fit into this system, and basically all you've got to do is have a bit of a look, see which cartridge is suitable for your situation. Click into the drop down box up the top and your water filter will be delivered with the appropriate cartridge for your situation. Okay, now the system themselves, they're a good quality Taiwan moulding and parts. They're made here in Australia by HPF Australia. They have the watermark certification on them. All the cartridges are NSF certified. So it's a great start there when you're looking for a good quality, reasonably priced water filter for your benchtop, okay? There's the diverter that connects straight onto the kitchen sink tap, so you just unscrew your aerator, that'll expose a thread, and then this thread here will screw straight onto your kitchen sink tap, all right? Obviously this is a female thread here, and if you do require a male connection, then here's an adapter here that will screw into a female spout, okay? If there's no spout on there, you do have the old style that'll just push straight on, do up with the screwdriver, and then that exposes this thread on here, which is a male thread, and then that male thread is going to screw straight into the top of the filter for you, okay? Note on that, it's always better to be able to connect it with the thread rather than pushing on and doing up with the old hose clip style. Here's the opening handle, and it's got open and close on it, so you know which way you're going. Basically just sits down on the top like all of them and it undoes it, okay? The hose here that goes from the diverter around to the system, it's of a good length, and it's also the diameter. It's got a good 3/8 size water hose on this, so there'll be plenty of flow rate going through it. Remembering that we know that the slower we filter water, the better quality water we're going to create. So no need to turn it on 100 mile an hour. Let's just turn it on and fill our glasses up nice and gently, okay? Now, all sorts of different issues here in Australia with water supplies. Looking on the end is the standard sediment cartridge, okay? So if you just got dirt in your water, it could be rainwater or something like that, and you just want to take the dirt out of it, well, there's a sediment cartridge. Maybe if you're not using it for drinking water, I personally nowadays wouldn't rely on just a sediment cartridge for my drinking water, but if you just want to take the sediment out for some beer making or whatever it might be, then there's a sediment cartridge. It'll go in this system and it'll take all the lumps and bumps and dirt out of the water for you, okay? Stepping up from here, this is a chlorine taste and odour cartridge. It's a 0.5 micron. It is a good cartridge and it does take the chlorine out of the water. So Western Australia, South Australia, anywhere where you've just got chlorine in your water, regional centres, you'd be good to go with this chlorine cartridge in this system, and it'll give you a good budget price filtration for chlorine. This one here is the Bacteriostatic, basically carbon the same as the chlorine removal one, but it's got silver impregnated in it, and that's for untreated water. There's a lot of chlorine obviously going through this system, so there shouldn't be too many bugs or bacteria in there. But when we've got rainwater, bore water, fresh water, you never know, you get a few bugs in there, then this thing here, this cartridge will block that out, and the silver will stop any bacteria growing inside the cartridge. Then we move along to the lead reduction. So the lead reduction cartridge, that's going to be taking some heavy metals out the water and reducing heavy metals as well. It is carbon, so it's going to work like our chlorine cartridge in that it'll take the chlorine out of the water and make it taste a lot better, but it's just got a little bit more going for it than these two on the end here, because it'll attack the heavy metals a little bit more as well, okay? Then we flow over here onto the last one, the red top. Well, that's for chloramine. So be aware, if you're in Victoria, New South Wales, Queensland, there's a lot of chloramine being used in those centres nowadays. Chloramine, a mixture of chlorine and ammonia. So if you just got a plain old carbon block cartridge or one of these chlorine cartridges, that's not going to take the chlorine out of the chloramine out of the water. It'll break it down, but it's just going to release ammonia. So generally, if we're in any of the East Coast capital cities, I'd be looking for a chloramine reducing or chloramine removal water filter for my drinking water in those areas. And once again, that one there will suit it for you, okay? Apart from that, they're just a rock solid little system. They're a bench top, so they just sit on top of the bench and work away as we like them to do, and these things will work an absolute treat for that. So have a look on the site, use the drop down box at the top to select any of the cartridges here that you might want to use in this system, and I really don't see you having any worries with these, and you'll be good to go. Thanks very much.